Okay, guys, this is part two to consequences of willful sin and tests from God. And I'm just going to read a quick study out of Romans chapter 1 and chapter 2 to bring light to this subject and hopefully answer some questions you might have, but also give you some peace in your heart knowing the God we serve is full of mercy and grace. So the book begins reminding us of God's grace, that we are his children. He sent Paul to share the gospel to the Gentiles and the Jews. I am a Gentile. We are all Gentiles, right? And yet God has mercy on me and you. We are to believe in him and live by faith. Paul was not ashamed of the gospel. In fact, if you follow Paul's stories and his lifespan, there was a lot of trial and tribulation, and he could have given up real quick. They would take the easy road out, right? Avoid persecution and just serve myself, but that is not what he chose, okay? That doesn't mean he didn't sin. It just means he chose to serve a higher power, okay? Through him, we received grace and apostleship to call all the Gentiles to the obedience that comes from faith for his name's sake. We have no excuse not to obey God. The people continue to sin without regard to their actions on what kind of consequences they would face. Sinful behavior chosen by their own minds and bodies are in chapters 1, 28, verse 28 through 32. God provided the answers to our questions and doubts through the apostles. He produced miracles to show how his power is strong. He provided understanding through Jesus, yet they still chose sin over obedience. Why? Because we're human, right? We just want to self-serve. And we have to make a conscious effort as Christians to serve God to the best of our abilities. And that does not mean we're not going to sin, guys. The second chapter emphasizes on repentance. The key to being redeemed of our sin, repentance. The wrath of God, whom will be judged by his law. God will repay each person according to what they have done. And that's referenced in Psalm 62:12. You reward everyone according to what they have done. Proverbs 24:12. Will he not repay everyone according to what they have done? It goes on to say there will be trouble for those who turn to evil, and there will be good for those who do good, no matter their title or their status. Okay, God does not show favoritism. Chapter 2, verse 16 mentions the coming of Jesus. God will judge us at that point. Chapter 2, verse 17 through 24, sin is a sin. We cannot say we never sin because that is not true. We need a self-check. Our conviction in